Welcome to part 3 of Learning Excel. We are going to be covering aspects that you need to do before you print any document, particularly a data table for our science class. So we're going to cover adding headers. So on the left it should be your name, teacher name in the middle, and on the right we'll include the date. Then we want to clean it up. So if there's stuff there that doesn't need to be in your data table, we'll take it out. We'll look at print preview to make sure that we know how to make the margins correct, center a table on the page, and then just make sure everything fits on one page rather than taking up more than one. And finally, we'll double check and we will print. So let's get started. Adding a header to your document. So we get to our Excel data table, and the first thing we want to do is change from the Home tab at the very top on the left to the one right next to it, so we click on Insert. On the far right, you'll find a header footer button that we will click. You'll notice that 3 boxes show up at the top of your data table. On the left, again, we'll write your name. In the middle, your teacher's name. And finally, on the left, the date. Okay. As soon as you're done, you just go ahead and click out, and that header will now stay at the top of your page, and it will be attached to every page in your Excel document. Remember, there are a couple of views that you can be in. Right now, I'm in page layout. However, if I change to normal, your page might look more like this. So instead of the 2 pages being shown with a separation, here we have it shown with a dotted blue line. So just something to think about, however you prefer your view to be. Page layout, again, shows you individual pages, whereas the normal layout shows you it as one big spreadsheet. Step 2, cleaning it up. This is when we want to remove those extra columns and those extra rows. So back in our data table, I noticed that I have an extra row above my data table and an extra row to the side. It's easiest if we just get rid of those rows and columns in order to make sure that when we center our data table, it's centered in the center of the page and not including that extra space. So to do this, we stay in our Home tab at the very top on the left-hand side. I select the entire column. So again, I click on the A, and now I can come over here to the right where I see Delete. Right now, because I have that whole column selected, that entire column will be deleted. If I only have one, so I'll press Delete, and there it goes. If I undo that, the other option is just selecting one of those cells in that column that I would like to delete. If that's the case, make sure you go to the arrow to the right of that Delete cell box and you select Delete Entire Column instead of just that cell. Let's do the same for this row on the top. So again, I have 2 options. Either I select the entire row using that number on the left, and I simply click the Delete button, or again, I can just have selected any cell in that row, go to that arrow to the right, and click Delete Row. And now it's gone. You've done it. Great work. Step